Hello, I'm Chloe from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. I was just really busy then, rushing to get stuff done before I got on here. Let's get that out of there. Okay, I'm ready. Is anyone joining me? I hope so. Right, what have we got today? So, watch the daily. The daily read is all about love today and relationships. It's about balance in relationships. I haven't even picked the card out for today from Colette Baron Reed Stack, so I'm going to do that right now. I'll do it so you can see it. It's exciting, isn't it? Maybe let's do her Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Here we go. This is what I do. This card is for today. I forgot. We've got Yang upside down. So you saw how it came up in the reverse position there. Yang, it's all about giving, it's all about doing. And so when it's in reverse, it's about not doing. It's not the yin card that's come up, the receiving card, but it's about Yang in reverse. Let's see what Colette Baron Reed says about this. Be mindful of the tendency toward impulsive action, overconfidence, and aggressive behavior. Think before you act, lest you find yourself in a situation that will lead to uncomfortable consequences. Be sure you really want what you're chasing after, because you might be sorry when you get it. The appearance of this card isn't cause for fear, for life is all about learning lessons. Practice temperance, diplomacy, and thoughtful consideration before making a move. Now that is really interesting, because today is all about relationships in the daily read. And so this is saying, be careful. Do you really want what you want? You know, sometimes the universe protects us and it doesn't let us manifest what's not the best for us. And when it comes to relationships, sometimes we can go for what's not the best for us because we've got unhealed parts of us, we've got patterns that don't serve us, right? We've got patterns that don't serve us, and we try and go for repeats of what we've had in the past or things that aren't good for us. And the universe knows what's good for us. And so it holds us back from it. But of course, we've got free will and we can override that. Sometimes it's not a good thing that we can override that and go and take action and get what we want. You know, it's like the law of attraction. Yeah, it's not everything, right? We can override it. We can, you know, it's like does the law of attraction make you jump off a cliff if you're on the edge of a cliff? No, it's like you can do that. It's you taking action that does that. You've got a choice there. And like the same with relationships. Sure, the law of attraction can put people in front of you. But if you're choosing, if you're saying yes, like a buffet, right? Everything's on the buffet. You've got access to everything in the world. But you don't need to choose it. And so the Yang card is saying be careful in relationships. Be careful about what you're choosing. Do you keep on getting the same lessons over and over again in relationships? Do you? Coffee's good this morning. Yummy. So yeah, just be careful of that. And so in the daily read we had about balance in relationships, right? So this is about balance within yourself first. The foundation of your relationships is you, of course. And so you've got independence, right? And then you've got codependence, or you've got interdependence. You can either go all in a relationship and forget about yourself in your own life path, or you can be like fiercely independent, not letting anyone into your life, right? Shutting relationships out. They're the extremes, right? And so this is today's energy is all about finding that balance within ourselves. Whether you're in a relationship or not, whether you're going through a relationship or not, you need to find that balance first. So do you have the tendency of getting into a relationship being all in? And so you like do everything with them. You forget about your life path. You end up doing the stuff that they love. You kind of, you're not focused on your business or your job anymore. You go all in that relationship and you kind of lose yourself, right? That's not healthy. That's not balance within relationships. The opposite is independence, like fierce independence, do everything for yourself, by yourself, not wanting, it's like total freedom, it's great, but it's not wanting relationships in your life. And so between those two, there's a balance, like there's a middle ground where you can remain focused on your own path, on your own business, on your own job, on different parts of your life, your friends and stuff like that. But also get into a relationship and make that important too, so that you've got this balance in the middle, right? So you're not being first independent and you're not being all in, forgetting about yourself in a relationship. And so when we're preparing ourselves for a good relationship like this, it's about being able to put ourselves first, right? Hey Therese, how are you? Being able to put ourselves first, right? Knowing that our path is really important. And so if you've been inclined to get into relationships and be all in them, then, and forgetting about your path and forgetting about your stuff and forgetting about your friends and things like that, if you've had that tendency to do that, this is saying while you're single, when you're getting ready for a balanced relationship, you've got to really focus on setting clear intentions about your own path, your own friends. It's like manifest the rest of the stuff in your life so that you're really solid on that. Yeah. Really solid on your friendships, really solid on your business or your work, really solid on building things for yourself, really solid in your space. Then when you open up to a relationship, you're more likely to keep those things going, have that independence, and then allow another person in, allow a relationship in, without it being everything. Therese is good, running away from work for 5 minutes. Oh, cool. You've only got 5 minutes. Do you want me to pick some cards for you? Hey, Nikki, how are you? Got messy hair today. Looks better with the lamp on, doesn't it? I really like this new setup. Do you like the new setup, Therese? Instead of sitting in the corner. It's exactly your life right now. Therese. Well, you've got 5 minutes. Let's give you a little reading. Therese, you will get what you want, but not while you're feeling overwhelmed, right? That feeling of overwhelm is like the universe saying you're not ready for it yet. We need to tweak some things in you first before you're ready for what you want. So it's those inner changes, focusing on those inner changes, Therese. And it's all about empowering yourself to do something different. Do something different than you did before. That's why you've got the up until now card, standing in your own power. So like I just said about the relationships and being like independent, focusing on your job, your career, your business, your friendships, getting that balance in your life, getting really clear on what you want in your life before you get a relationship. Same advice about moving to other work as well. It's like, get really focused on what it is that you want. Get balance in your life, sort those things out within yourself so that you're not like, that if you haven't got that balance, you're likely to go to a job that demands everything from you, all your time, so that you don't have balance. So it's about finding that inner balance within yourself. That's the empowering yourself, doing things differently, approaching life differently, just having a different mindset about it. You can do it in a really empowered way. It's like, so right, this is what I want, Therese. This is what I want. I want a life with more freedom, more. I want a life, I want a job where I've got more time to myself because I need to look after myself, right? I need to get on with my health stuff. Therese did the fat loss coaching with me last week. I need to have time so that I can look after myself, and work out and stuff like that. And so it's up to you. I'm not putting ideas into your mind. I'm not trying to put ideas into your mind. But if you get really clear on your intentions, then move forward on that. That's getting that same balance, right? And so if what I said so far, Therese, is right for you about relationships, that's a reflection of how you're doing everything, right? Because generally, It's how we do money. It's how we do relationships. It's how we do our jobs. It's how we do everything in our life when we've got that certain approach. So getting that balance. Cool, it's going well. That's good. I'm glad. Just not sure if I can be a healer or not. Oh. Well, you can follow the path. You can follow the path, Therese. So yeah, the card of the day from Collarbone Reed deck is Yang, but it was in reverse, and that's about being careful, because we can override the law of attraction by taking action, right? We can be in this logical kind of, we can push for something and then override the law of attraction instead of going with the flow, which is likely to just be more in line with the law of attraction. So be careful not to do that, especially around relationships today, because the daily is all about relationships. I think, Therese, if you've got that in your mind, you've had that idea, I would follow that path. You know, healers, it's all about healing yourself and then passing it on to someone else, passing what you've learned on to someone else. And so the call is to heal yourself, right? And you do that and then you pass it on. Just like with my all the stuff that I do, but like with my fat loss coaching, right? I did it for myself and then I pass it on. It's that kind of thing. And so you're feeling that calling to do that. Don't focus on what you can give out to others. Focus on what you do with yourself. And then you'll notice naturally with people around you, you'll just start telling them what you did and helping them that way. And that's the way you get into being a healer as a business kind of thing. I've got messy hair today, and that the bit that keeps on sticking out here, like that. It's distracting me. My horns. I've got another one here. Maybe I should just stick them out and be done with it. Who else is on? It's really, now I've got a white background behind me, I can like see. Okay. I can see it really clearly. Okay, let's go deeper into the daily read. So yeah, it was really focused on relationships today and finding that balance within ourselves. If anyone's on and you missed what I said at the start, watch the replay. Watch the first 10 minutes. Because it's important information. Watch my daily read as well. I'm looking very crisp and clean. Thank you. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I like the new setup too. The cleaners didn't come yesterday, and I got an email. Sometimes I send them an email to get them to do my room, because when it's quiet, they don't, like the staff are busy doing other things. You know, when somewhere's quiet and you get really bad service from them, you should get the best when it's quiet, but you don't. So when it's really quiet here, I've got to, sometimes I email reception for them to clean my room. Anyway, they didn't get the email that quiet that even reception didn't look at their email. And then they said, oh, we'll do it in the morning for you. And I'm like, don't do it before 9 a.m. because I'm working, right? So what is the chances that there's going to be a knock on the door with the cleaners trying to come in while I'm doing this? Maybe they'll get it right. Bright and fresh, thank you. I feel good. I had a really good sleep last night. And I went by the pool this morning. I really I have like 2 hours before I do this. And I need like slow starts in the morning. Take my coffee, my first coffee of the day outside, and go and hang out with chicken by the pool. It's really nice. Right, deeper into the daily, we've got judgment separates in this moment. This is about going into the past and going into the future and judging it. It's the Yang card. It's like it's trying to control it through action. It's like okay, I got this wrong in relationships before or in my job before or whatever, so I'm going to control it with my action. And so let's look into the past of what I did and judge that, and then see what I can do different. And then like this imagined future, it's like I don't want that to happen. That's really scary. So I'm going to take this action instead. I'm going to put these defenses up. It's like that takes all of that judgment, all of that trying to control it with your action. All of those thoughts takes you out of the moment. The moment is where you can follow the easy path that your higher self is laying out to what you want, exactly what you want. You know, in the daily reads for this week and in the weekly reads for each star sign, we're in this time now that we're moving toward like destiny. We're moving toward what is really right for us, like really right for us, beyond what we've imagined for ourselves. And so it's like, don't try and control it, because our higher self can lead us to it really easily if we're staying in the moment. The moment is where you've got, like, you're using your intuition. Hey, Yvonne, how are you? I was too busy to answer your messages. They kept on popping up, but I had so much to do. It's 2 minutes late on this. I had that much to do. So yeah, don't try and control your action, because your mind is going into the past and into the future, and you're trying to control it all with your action. Don't do that. Go with the flow. Okay, more deeper dive into the daily. We've got be artistic going well, your creative side. And creative side is really important, leading us on that path. It's those things that we feel like doing. That's our intuition, that's our higher self telling us what to do. Sometimes if we want to move forward with our work, this is more important than you even think. Just being creative, you know. Getting your pens out, getting your easel out. I ordered a tripod yesterday, that's exciting. I ordered a tripod for my videos yesterday. It's like a selfie stick that extends out and with a tripod bottom so that I can, so it's nice and small, it's like this, but you can extend it out and use it as a tripod. So my daily reads and my weekly reads, the ones that I do outside, are going to get better. That's exciting. And I also chatted with an Apple guy in Bangkok yesterday. It was funny. You know how on websites you can chat with people in support? Because I want some AirPod Pros. They've just been released, right? But they haven't got them in Bangkok yet, and they don't know when they're going to get them. So I'm on the website every day, clicking on it, and it still says it's not available. So I thought I'll just ask them when they're going to get them in, so that I don't have to keep on looking at that website to order them. And it was really funny, the chat that I had, because this guy, Bank, his name is, he was saying he's waiting for them too, and he doesn't know when they're coming in because he wants to know for himself. And yeah, it was a really funny conversation. So we're in a race now to get them when they come in. He'll know first, of course, he works there. What do you do with all your kit when you go to Kuala Lumpur for your visa? Do you drag everything with you? I don't take this big thing. I don't take my big microphone. I take my laptop that I'm doing with this on. It's a MacBook Air, so it's really small, really light. That's what I do all my work on. Of course, I take my phone, and I can do everything with that. I take my bag of cards, my stinky bag of cards. Yeah, so my kit is really light. And that's why I've gone for this tripod, this really small tripod as well, because that's way more flexible. That's something I'll be able to throw in my bag, and then I'll be able to do like better videos at the beach or whatever, especially when I've got my AirPods, because they've got a microphone on them. That's why I want them. They've got a really good microphone on them, so I'll be able to do better sound in my outside videos, because I love doing outside videos. Like this setup's good. I like this now. I might do more of my readings like this. I might do like some of the weekly readings or something like this if it's raining. But I do really like getting outside. And I know it's not ideal when I'm only like recording them on my phone, and the phone is like leaning against something, and it's usually down there because like there's never tables and stuff that are up here that are a good height, you know, for actually shooting a video. So yeah, I need the tripod. So that's good. So I'm getting creative with that, and also with my thumbnails. Have you noticed? I've been learning about how to do a YouTube channel properly, and so that's where my creativity is at the moment. Deeper into the daily, we've got, of course, it's about relationships. So it's about opening ourselves to love. And we can't do that when we're when we've not sorted things out because we're not in the moment, we've not healed ourselves, we're trying to protect ourselves, we're trying not to recreate the past, we're trying to do it all through our action. We can't be soft and open to love if we've got all of those defenses and protections in place. We can't do it, right? We can't do it. So we've got to heal ourselves first. We've got to get into the moment. We've got to sort out the balance in our lives so that we're not going to mess up in the next relationship. So for anyone that's new, I was saying like the daily, it's all about your, there's extremes, there's two extremes, right? You can be fiercely independent, you're not letting anyone into your life, you're just focused on yourself, you're being by yourself, you're doing everything for yourself. There's that extreme, huh, Nikki? And me at the moment, I'm in that extreme. Then you've got the other extreme where you get into a relationship, you forget about your life, your path, your job, your space, your business, your hobbies, your friends, you forget about everything. You're all in this relationship. You spend all your time with them. You do what they want to do. And then you're forgetting everything about yourself. Those are extremes, and neither of them is healthy. If you do that, though, you'll need to do this occasionally. You need to go from one to the other, like a roller coaster. Yeah. But if you find the balance first in yourself, so you get really clear on your friendships, you get really clear on what you want to do, you get really clear on your space, you get really clear on your life path, you get really clear on your business or your work, you're doing everything, and your health and your lifestyle patterns and stuff, you get really clear on that, so that you're not willing to give it up when you get into a relationship. Then when you get into a relationship, you can find that balance. So it's like, you can be independent. It's great. Like the best relationships are two independent people, right? Two people that are following their life paths and they come together, love and support each other on that. And so when you get into that, when you get that balance within yourself and you're really clear and you're not going to give yourself up, that's when you can soften open to love and you won't have to try and defend yourself with action. You can actually be open to it. Awesome guidance for today. So yeah, I'm in independence at the moment, kind of. I'm opening up. But I have had relationships where I've been all in. I have not all of them. Some of them I haven't because they've not been that enticing for me. They've just been a little extra kind of thing. Okay, let's do some readings for you. We've already done Therese because she didn't have much time, had to go to work. Who else wants a reading? Coffee's nice. I used more beans today. Felt like a stronger coffee. My elbow hurts. I need a break. I say that so much, don't I? I need a break from training. I had no energy yesterday in training. I was just so flat. The trainer was laughing at me saying, "What's wrong with you?" Because I was just stood there. Couldn't do it. Nikki, I'm strongly feeling in terms of work. What the fuck is this? It's absolutely manic. Can't think. But oh boy, it's getting me focused on what I really want. Oh, that's a good thing. Let's give you a reading, Nikki. Maybe it is balancing you up, maybe you needed to get into action. Maybe you're being a bit lazy and you needed like a fire lit under your bum. Yeah. That's funny. After I just said that, wake up warmth, it's like a fire lit under your bum. But it's about people. I keep on hearing that about that job that you're in, Nikki. It's about the people. It's about opening up to people. It's about warming up to people. Waking up that side of yourself. Can't even think of relationships at the moment. But maybe this is what it's showing you, Nikki. Maybe it's showing you exactly how you're out of balance so that you can't open up to relationships, so that you can't be like soft and open. But yeah, your job, it's waking you up to people, being warm with people, interactions with people. Do you meditate before you go to work, Nikki? So you can slow down, you can take things slow, you can be more in tune and in the moment. Because if you slow down in your work and you make it about the people, about your interactions with the people, I think you're going to get a lot more out of it. But you need to be from a real cool, especially if it's really busy and you're thinking like, what the fuck is this? If it's manic, you need to get yourself into your own energy so that you can slow down. Not your tribe, but they've got something to show you. You're in it for a reason, Nikki. They've got something to show you. But yeah, meditate before you go to work and slow down. And maybe like if it's manic, maybe just like and you find yourself in that rushing energy, go to the bathroom and like take some deep breaths, have like a mini meditation in the bathroom. The cats love meditation, and birds too. A bird joined me for my meditation the other day. I was by the pool and I opened my eyes and there's a stork like stood on the edge of the pool like it's going to fish. There's no fish in the pool. There's no fish in the swimming pool, but it was trying to fish in the swimming pool. But as soon as I opened my eyes, and of course I picked up my phone to take a photo of it, it flew off. Cassia, how are you? Ivana, you still there? Do you want a reading? Who wants a reading? Pop up a message asking for a reading and I'll do one for you. So yeah, meditate more, Nikki. You good? Cassie is good. I'm good. I'm feeling bright today. I'm feeling really good. My back's good too. Yvonne, my back's good. It's almost gone today. My bed's a bit of a mess though. I had a traumatic experience, everybody, yesterday. I had a spot right in the middle of my back, right. It's like I can only just touch where it is. And it got big. I've had one before about a year ago in the same place. It's that spot that you can't wash and you can't reach. And it got big, like that big. No joke, that big. And it burst yesterday. It was very traumatic. But yeah, it's so much better. It's a little bit sore, but nothing like it was. Yvonne. Nikki says, haven't got time to pee at work. Oh, yeah, well, you definitely need to slow down now. It truly is manic from start to finish. Not sure what they're showing me other than resigned to nothing else for me. Energy and not honouring and respecting themselves. Oh. Yeah, but don't join in. It's like, sometimes if you do just like, maybe you can get everyone to stop and take a breath. Maybe become like the meditation instructor. If everyone's running around like headless chickens, like just recognize that it's not a healthy state for anyone to be in. And just say, it's like, stop. Let's all stop and take 5 breaths together. Yeah, maybe you're going to be the ringleader in that. Maybe this is part of your healing path, Nikki. Helping people in situations like that. Could be. Yvonne. Oh, Cassia, I missed you. I'll do you next, Cassia. Yvonne, you're on track. Life is moving forward. And keep on forgiving yourself. Choices I'm hearing. Forgiving yourself for choices that you've made. Oh, I did a really powerful energy healing for someone yesterday. It was incredible. Just reminded me of it then. Wow, it was so incredible. Like life-changing energy healing for someone. You're on track. So forgive yourself for choices made because they weren't incorrect choices. What else for Yvonne? Work. Yvonne, work, go for it. You want to make changes in your work? Do you want to do something else? Remember, we've got that be artistic and going well card. Maybe you want to do something a bit more creative. I don't know how you do accounts and stuff like that. Accounting, I always use accounting as in my examples because that to me is the most boring job in the world. You should see me when I've got to do my taxes. It's the worst day of my life every year. I've got to do it right, and I do it, but it's the worst day of my life every year. And I've got to treat myself after it. I don't know how you do it day in and day out. Like, that would be my worst nightmare. That would be hell for me. But if you love it, I know some people love it, and of course that's just me. It's not my thing at all. But not that I'm not bad with numbers, and I can do it, but I really just don't like it at all. So Val, maybe you're opening up to doing something else or being more creative. You must love it though. You've been doing it for ages, haven't you? Okay, Cassia, reading for you. If anyone else is on, watching, lurking, pop up a message and I'll give you a reading. Tell me where you're watching from as well. I'd like to know. We've got Nikki in the UK. Cassia, I can't remember where you're from. We've got Ivana, who is on this island with me. Who else? Is that everyone? Adelaide, I remember. Teresa's in China. So we've got very heavy Asian element at the moment. Flying in Asia. Yay. Cassia. Okay. This is about wait. Don't take action yet. You've got stuff to let go of within yourself before you take action. So you know how I said that the daily card is about yang, it's about not taking action to try and override things, to try and override the flow. This is like, no, you got stuff to let go of first. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. You know what not to take action on yet. Also, you've got, you're stronger than you think. You're stronger than you think. And there's something better for you on the way because you are stronger than you think. And it's like, you know, this surrender thing, this thing that you've got to surrender, this thing that you've got to let go of, not take action because you're going to let go of something. I'm feeling that's some kind of victimhood because you're not realizing how strong and courageous you are. You're kind of staying in an energy where you're weaker than you actually are, right? And so you're being guided at the moment to get stronger and empower yourself. And it's that victimhood, it's that, it's not really victimhood, it's got a bit of that energy. I'm feeling it, I'm not getting the words, I'm feeling it. So it's like, yeah, feeling weaker than you really are. Not empowered, not holding the power. Lost and empty, there you go. And so you're being guided out of that at the moment. So don't take that action. Don't try and override it with action because you're not ready. I just did the thumbnail for tomorrow's daily read. Watch tomorrow's daily read when it gets published because that's about along those lines too. Anyone else like a reading? Oh, I didn't get my cards out. Me, I'd like a reading. Thank you, love, much appreciated. You're welcome, Cassia. Mine, yay. Communication coming about respect. Oh, can I read this out? Maybe. I should have asked for permission. Somebody tagged me in a post this morning. I might read it out to you. I won't tell you who it is, but I'm going to read it out to you because it's just great. So somebody's been watching my readings, right? And this is the experience that they had. I had a recent experience over the last few days, my dreams literally coming true, though in this case it started out as a nightmare. I had a dream a week and a half ago about going to the store to get tools to follow my path, even though it doesn't make logical sense. I knew I was on my last legs and things were so bad that Elmo refused me at the counter, but I just went to the next register and persisted, confident that even though it didn't make sense, I had just enough of this and a few essentials. I woke up in panic, fears I didn't know I had emerging and flowing through me. In between the times, I've worked on processing those fears. a phrase from a couple of Claire's readings fresh in my mind: what you resist persists. And I had the knowing that this nightmare was an opportunity for me to process and move past these fears. Now, yesterday, I was turned away by a red-shirted store clerk as I had some unexpected fees on my checking account. And having some fairly pleasant conversations with the bank staff this morning, I was able to get 3 months of fees refunded on my account type fixed, which gives me just enough to head back and get the tools I feel drawn to and a few essentials for the rest of the week. How wild, huh? It's like almost exactly what his dream was manifested. Not only is the terror from the nightmare gone, but the fact that the method of the dream followed nearly exactly, even down to Elmo representing the red-clad employee. I'm filled with hope and confidence that I'm on the right path. I feel like the sequence of dream fear followed by real fear has allowed me to truly stop all resistance to this persistent problem I'm having. Really excited for what happens next. And I'm fully ready for the upswing from this rock bottom point to be truly dramatic. How cool is that? And so that's awesome feedback, because to know that these readings and the stuff that I'm doing on YouTube, it's like having a really positive impact on people's lives like that. It's so cool, isn't it? Yeah, so cool. And that makes me really excited for what I'm doing. I'm excited at the results of it anyway. Like the numbers, the subscribers going up and the likes going up, and me learning about YouTube and the new business that's coming in from it as well, new customers coming in from it. I'm excited about all of that. But then when I find out that the universe has been using me and what I'm saying to create magic in people's lives, it's like, that's way cool. It's way cool. Like, I know that happens anyway, but it's so cool. Thank you, Claire. The only thing I see is I'm not honoring and respecting myself and doing what is truly in my heart. I need time to refocus. And the job has got me there, really got me there. So all good. Cool. So yeah, my cards, it's a communication, coming in respect. That's what popped into mind. My mind was that communication that I got this morning, which was so cool. And it's like, so I guess I can expect more of that today, more of that communication about respecting my work and stuff like that. Cool. Today for me, waking up my awareness. Yeah, maybe just about how far my reach is and how much I am making an impact in people's lives. Sometimes it can be, when you're doing it as a business, it can be very easy to focus on the business side of it, focus on the money coming in or the numbers and stuff. And then you get like feedback like that, and you realize, it opens up your awareness to what's really going on. It's like, oh, there's more important things than that going on. That's going on anyway. There's other important things going on, let's put it that way. Thanks, Nikki. Yeah, I love doing this work. I love doing the videos too. Like, I love doing the videos. It's very easy for me. Claire, what can I do about financial needed abundance, as I want to be able to afford working with you and your services, but the money's not there for me to move forward with you? Yeah. Okay, let's pick some cards out. Because, it's all about imbalances within people when they're having money problems. And what works for one person doesn't work for another person. I get really mad at some spiritual teachers. Some teachers about abundance, and they'll say things like, just give more, right? That's the key to getting abundance. Just give more freely without expecting anything in return. You tell that to somebody who is out of balance the wrong way, and tell that to someone that's like got codependent traits, someone that's giving, right? And that's great. That advice sends them the exact opposite direction. They'll have even less, right? And yeah, so exactly, you give all you have. So you've been taking on the wrong advice there. For you, if you've got that imbalance the other way, and I actually had an argument with Deepak Chopra about this because of his teaching. Seriously, because I said, if what you're saying is true, then that means that all women would have all the wealth in the world, but they don't. It's quite the opposite of that, because women are giving so much and they're already doing this and they have all the wealth. And so your teaching about abundance is not correct. It can't be correct. It must be about balance. And so if your teaching is working for like egocentric guys that have just been, at the top of the board, the white guys, with all the money, yes, it will work for them. His teachings will work for them. Of course it will work for them, because they're, the balance that I talked about, all about the dailies and that balance, they're out of balance the other way. Yeah? And so for you, Cassia, you've got sabotage going on. But if you're out of balance that way, it's not about giving more. It's not. It's about giving more to yourself. It's about holding things on for yourself. It's about creating something for yourself. It's like you get to the point where it's like, okay, this isn't working. I can't give more. I haven't got it to give. I've got to focus on filling my own cup, and that means I'm going to build something for myself now. I deserve to have money in the bank account. I deserve to have a house. I deserve to have the finances to be able to help myself. I deserve to have the finances to be able to deal with any situation that comes up. I'm worthy in my own right, and I'm determined to get this stuff for myself, right? And when you make that clear decision that you want something for yourself, and it's right that you have it for yourself, and you're really clear on that, the universe will follow suit and it will lead you down there. It will come through. It can come through any avenue, kind of thing. But yeah, you definitely need to do that. And look at this, Cassia, respect and appreciate yourself. It's like it comes down to that point. You've got to appreciate yourself. You've got to know that you deserve it. You've got to respect yourself. And it's like, right, come on, universe. I deserve this stuff. Let's do it now. And then you're going to get tested on it, right? So you start manifesting money, right? More of it comes in. And then, someone might ask you, oh, do you want to give to this charity or something like that? And you say no. It's like, no, like I am my own charity at the moment until I get to like a stable financial position where I can afford all the things that I need. I'm not giving anything away. It'd be crazy to do that, to give any of it away before you're in a stable financial position. Yeah. And so it's just like you've got to respect and appreciate yourself so much that you put yourself first. You'll keep it for yourself until you are at this point where you've got enough for yourself. Truly got enough for yourself, instead of like all of that spiritual stuff about just feel like what you've got right now is enough. No, don't do that. Put your foot down and go, this is not enough. I need more for myself. Universe, bring it on. I'm going to do this for myself. Yeah. Just that change in your energy is going to start opening the door. Yeah, don't feel guilty. Of course, we all need money. We've got food to buy, we've got rent to pay, we've got bills to pay. But more than that, we deserve to have support. Like, you deserve to get my readings. If you want my readings, you deserve to get my readings. I deserve to get paid for my readings. It's like we all deserve the money to flow. I'm going to write that on a post-it pad and stick it on my mirror. Yeah. Yeah, Cassie, do the same thing as well. Or reminders in your phone or something like that. It's like, honestly, when I was in my 20s, so I had, I was a single parent at 21. I had my first son at 21. And I'd just been a student, so I graduated while I was pregnant from university. And I fell into this benefit hole. So I couldn't work. No one would take me on because I was like massively pregnant. And actually I did. I got like a job, like a summer job kind of thing. But no job would take me on and then give me maternity leave kind of thing. But because I'd been a student beforehand, I wasn't entitled to like the benefits that you get. You've got to be either unemployed beforehand or working beforehand. You can't have been a student beforehand. That was in the UK at the time. And so I couldn't get any of these benefits, so it was ridiculous. I was like, couldn't work because I was about to have a baby, but couldn't have benefits. But the moment that I had that baby, the moment that I was a single parent, then I could get benefits. So I just had to deal with it. And so I was at rock bottom, right? Had no money. And Then it got a bit better when I got the benefits when he was little. I started working when he was 6 months old. And when I started working, of course, I was taking a graduate job, but it was at the lowest pay, the start. And it paid for the childcare, it paid for my rent, but there was very little left over for bills and food. So much so that I bought myself a bicycle and a baby seat for the back of it and him a helmet and everything. I didn't have a helmet, he had a helmet. And I would ride to work on it. I'd ride into childcare and I'd ride to work on it. I would eat a good meal at work because the cafeteria there was subsidized and it was very cheap. And the rest of the time I wouldn't eat, or I'd just have toast, like the cheapest white bread that I could find. That was all I could afford to eat at home. The baby had all the bad stuff. I didn't, and I got so thin. I got thinner than I am now. And maybe about the same, but of course I wasn't muscly. It was not a good thinness. Having to race back and forth to work with him on the bike to get him to childcare because childcare wasn't near work, and childcare was 7. I had to work whatever it was, 35 hours a week. I was on flexi time, but he was in childcare for like the same amount of time, so I had to take like half an hour, which was the minimum I could take for lunch, and then race. So that gave me 15 minutes to get from childcare to work, 15 minutes to get back from childcare. Because if I didn't pick him up within the 7 hour, she would charge me an hour extra overtime. I just didn't have that money. I didn't even have money to eat. I didn't have money to pay overtime. And the bitch charged me sometimes as well. I hated her. Really, she wasn't good with him either. I moved from there and I found a really good childcare that was right next to work after that. So yeah, when I was going through that, everything changed for me when I was just like, fuck this. I deserve to eat food. I shouldn't be making myself so thin and sick to be able to work. And I actually went in to see my boss in that state and I was like, I can't carry on with this. Look at me, I'm really thin. I can't afford to eat. I'm doing a really good job. This was after I'd been there for like 3, 4, 5 months or something. I was doing a really good job. I said, I need a raise. And the old white guy that I was working for at the time, he told me that I needed to think about my priorities. He was an asshole. I ended up slamming the door to his office and I walked out of work. And then I get a call. I went home, got a call from another one of the managers saying, whoa, what happened there? We all saw you storm out. And I was like, that's it, I'm done. I can't do this. I can't not eat and work. Like, that is not possible. And told him about it. So come and see me. Come back in tomorrow. Come and see me. Ignore him. He's about to be made redundant anyway. He's one of the old school bosses. Ignore him, come back in, just walk past his office. You don't need to talk to him anymore. Don't worry. He said the wrong thing to you. We realized that he said the wrong thing to you. Come and see me, and we'll sort this out. Of course, I went in and he gave me a raise. He's like, what do you need? I'm like, whew, I need this much so I can eat and pay my rent and get my baby to childcare. I need this much, right? Just so it took me just getting to that point where I'm like, I want more for myself. I deserve more for myself. It was easier because I had a child, it's like, it's always easier for people, for women that have this problem to manifest when they've got children because then they're doing it for them, right? So they can start manifesting because they're a mother, because they've got other people to look after. But yeah, you need to learn to do it for yourself as well. And everything changed then. Then I kept on getting raise after raise, and not just that, I'd get bonuses, I'd get share options, stuff like that, and lot of money, to the point where I had like a house worth £250,000 in the UK. I was earning a lot of money when I left, a lot of money. And it happened fast, I was working there 8 years. And so it's pretty fast that I got to that point. So that was really me being determined about what I deserved. So there you go. Interesting story. Huh? So don't feel guilty for wanting it, Cassia. Really, you deserve it. Yeah. We all need these reminders. Huh? And I'm in that place at the moment as well. It's like deciding, okay, I want this business to start paying me properly now. It's kept me ticking over and having complete freedom for many years. But it hasn't filled my bank account. Like I don't have a big buffer in my bank account. It's like, okay, I deserve that now. I want that now. I want to be steadier in my business. I have a constant flow in my business. I want to grow it now. I'm determined about that now. And so I'm kind of in that same place. It's like I want more for myself now. And you've got to decide that. And that's about that respect and appreciating yourself. And of course that's really important, especially before you get into a relationship. Like the Daily Read says, you've got to get on track with this stuff. Because you know what happens if you don't? You end up in a relationship either with someone that will take the financial lead in it and then control you with it. Because they realize that they've got the power in that area and they're giving in that area and you're not. You're not rising up to meet them in that area. You're not an equal in that area. So there's power imbalance. You don't want power imbalances in relationships. Or you get you get to go with someone that's in the same position. And then it sucks together. You don't have any money together. Yeah. Ramp it up a notch or two. Go for it. Yeah. And that determined energy. I remember when I've been in that place before, and it's like I have a universal. I call them universal tantrums. I have a universal tantrum. Sometimes it comes out as being a tantrum with some old white dude boss. I let it out. But when I have those tantrums of the universe, like fuck this, I'm doing the work. Give me something for it. It works. It works for me. And when I've been vocal about it in my business, and it's like, I'll have this universal tantrum and then the manifestations come in. All these fluffy spiritual people say, oh, don't do that. Just be grateful. Just ask for what you want. It's like, it doesn't work. You've got to be like really clear on what you want, determined to get it, what you deserve. Again, this works for people that have the imbalance that way. The people that are coming to me have the imbalance that way. They're loving, they're giving, they're nurturing. They're the people that give more than they'll receive at the moment. And that's all changing, isn't it? Isn't it, Cassia? Isn't it, Nikki? That's all changing, isn't it? Yeah, so I need to remember this myself. Yeah, it's so important. Oh, the cleaners haven't come. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Yes, Mum. Get onto it. Yeah, don't underestimate the power of being empowered and demanding what it is you want. Now, I'm not talking about going and demanding it from other people. I mean, you could do that. Like in my example, it's like I was being underpaid. I've been there long enough. I'd shown them that I was doing a great job. They knew that. They knew that. The other boss was very willing to give me a raise, give me whatever I wanted. I could have probably have gone even higher, but I told him what I needed. And it was such a relief. He said yes to it, and it was changed straight away. It was like, thank you, because I deserve to eat. And so don't let it get to that point. Have a universal tantrum first. Demand what you want from the universe and be really clear in it, because you do deserve it. Everyone deserves it. I really rant at my higher self at times. Yeah, it's a good thing to do. I even tell them to lighten up. Yes, indeed. Yeah, but your higher self is always light. It's always light. It knows. It's like you're shouting at yourself. Really, it's you. You're shouting at yourself for the changes, not your higher self. But I know what you mean. Universal tantrums work. But of course, if some rich white guy who doesn't give a thing to anyone, right? That's the other extreme, right? give that advice to him, have a universal tantrum, demand what you want. That's not going to bring him more, is it? He's already doing that kind of shit. Too much. Yeah. He's already holding everything for himself, keeping it. So he's out of balance the other way. He needs Deepak Chopra's advice. So Deepak, change it. Realize that people are out of balance and the other ways. There's never one lot of guidance. This is why when we work, it's like it's got to be one-on-one readings. It's got to be. Because general advice doesn't work. Like I can give general advice in my dailies and in my weeklies and in my YouTube stuff because I know I'm attracting a certain kind of person that connects with me, right? That has stuff that I've got going on in myself, that has stuff that's been going on in my past. That's law of attraction, right? I know that, and so I can give that advice. How many rich white guys are watching me? 0. 0. And so I don't need to give that balanced advice, but it's important for you guys to know it. Because if you've been following, like I did this, I followed those gurus and tried what they said, tried giving more and not expecting anything. Oh my God, worst decision of my life. You really get to rock bottom then if you follow that crap and you're out of balance. And our particular way of being out of balance. Yes, I know they are that guardian angel. Look, tapping their fingers on the tail, rolling their eyes energy. Yeah, they're not that. I think most of the time they're super excited, especially you guys, because you're doing the work, you know. They get super excited when people are paying attention. They get super excited. So yeah, Deepak never argued back with me. I invited him to a conversation about it. He's my friend on Facebook. He's not much of a friend because he doesn't talk to me. He's one of those Facebook friends that just hangs around looking at what I do. Such bullshit. Yeah, so there really isn't one advice that works for everyone. There isn't, because we're all it's a balance. It's always a balance, you know. It's always a balance within ourselves. It's specific to each person. For sure. That's why I want to do the health stuff in these readings, you know, like my weekly readings, my monthly readings for each star sign. I can't go into the health stuff because it's so specific. Like even if you've got the same patterns going on, like 2 people, say two women that are over giving and not realizing that they're worth anything and should have their own money for themselves. 2 people that are exactly the same thing going on. It's going to manifest. Eventually it's going to manifest as a health problem too. But it depends on each person's what they've got linked, right? What they've got linked to certain things in their life. And so it could be that every time you, as a little kid, a toddler, you reached into your mum's purse to play with the money, you got whacked across the head, right? And then, so one of these people had that experience as a kid. And so when they're having money issues coming up, their ear starts hurting or something with the head. And the other person might have had an experience where, I don't know, where they were told to sit down and shut up every time they ask for something. And they've got that linked with money. And so their health manifestation is going to be completely different. Same pattern, completely different health manifestations, because everyone's unique, everyone's had unique experiences. So that's why it's got to be one-on-one reading. I was already knackered, gave more and got even more knackered, yeah. Because you get what you give out. You don't get what you give out to others. It's not reciprocal like that. You get you get more of what you're giving out. And so if you're giving too much, it's like, oh, this person wants to be depleted and wants to give everything that they've got, so they have nothing. The universe is like, go ahead. I've got lots of fuck mats on my list. It's good to be empowered. Okay, that's an hour. I've done an hour. Wow, that went fast. That hour went fast. Thank you everyone for coming along. Remember, balance. Go for what you want, be empowered. Relationships, get balance before you get into them. If you're out of balance in a relationship, maybe it's not retrievable. Maybe it is. Maybe if you find that balance within yourself, that the relationship you're in at the moment is retrievable. Don't take action. Don't try and action yourself out of things. Don't try and force your way out of things. Go with the flow of the universe by changing your energy and seeing what happens from there. Yep, have a great day too. What's it like in Adelaide at the moment? Is it sunny? It's a cloudy day here. Raining all night last night, I think, Ivana. Are you still there, everyone? Nikki, I expect Deepak agrees but can't own up to getting it wrong. And I would have to change his books, right? Lots of spiritual teachers promote giving to others, just repeating other stuff without research. Yeah. And I did that too. I started preaching that stuff and then I'm like, hang on, that's actually made it much worse for me. I'm not going to do that anymore. Beautiful and sunny in Adelaide. Oh, nice. Must be getting warmer there now. We're coming into rainy season. It's raining a lot. I quite like it. It's different. I can wear more clothes. You're out of balance, but you're getting there, Nikki. You're getting there. We're all getting there. Thanks everyone for coming along. Don't forget, click like on this video. Click like on the live. If you're watching on a phone, I know to click like on it, I've got to shut down the live chat to click like on it. But it really helps show people this. And check out. Tell me what you think of my new thumbnails, the new pictures on my videos and stuff. Apparently that's what gets people to watch stuff more. Tell me what you think about it. Oh yeah, I don't need to ask what the weather's like in the UK. I know exactly what it's like. It's grey, it's miserable. Maybe one day, yeah, if you've got a freak nice day, you're not going to be on here, are you? You're going to be out enjoying it. You're going to be outside because it's not raining. Sleep well, Nikki. Remember, take some deep breaths tomorrow. Get everyone to stop and take some deep breaths. Cold and windy. Oh, how can you live that? Oh my God, I escaped like 19 years ago. Can't deal with it. Can't deal with it at all. Okay, I am going now. Bye. Thanks for coming along and watching till the end.